Take a deep breath. Know that you are loved. Take a deep breath. Know that you are loved. Breathe. You've arrived at the Evolving Lover podcast. This transmission is brought to you by the Online University of Love and Sexuality. We would love you to receive all of our podcasts and videos at www.uls.online. Now, here is your host, the funny, thoughtful, and loving Steve Burford. Enjoy.
So on today's show, we're going to do a question and answer. And you may have noticed on previous podcasts, I've said to send your questions in. This week we have actually an anonymous listener in Chile and South America. Thank you for your question. Here it is now.
Hi, Steve. I listened to your podcast about the brain orgasms. I wish I could try the Tantra, but my girlfriend doesn't believe in the brain orgasms. What could I do?
Yeah, once again, thanks for sending that question in. And it's a tricky one. We're all going to have different paths with wanting to explore our sexual nature, and Tantra in itself, my definition of it is it just exploring life. I mean, Tantra is not just about sexuality, but talking about it when you ask, I know you're talking about it in the sexual sense, and that's a good place to start. But yeah, Tantra can be described as life, and I don't want to say I'm an expert on like everything about Tantra because it's kind of complex. I don't really like using the word Tantra that much. I tend to go with, exploring your sexuality as a thing is very, very valuable. As for your situation, I would tell your girlfriend certainly how important it is for you to understand this. Maybe show her some information you found. You could send her to any of our different podcasts or just search on YouTube. I've seen now on our last podcast, the guest we had on her name is Sasha Cobra, and she's got a YouTube channel which is all about the full body orgasm, and there's quite a few different things out there that I'll mention on this page. If you're listening to this in the podcast app, I'll put links below where you can see these different types of things. So just download the podcast app from rawarrattractionpodcast.com. There's links for iPhone and Android. So go and check out those links and send your girlfriend to those things. As well as you need to make it a priority for you. It's like, it's no different if you say you think it would be good for your girlfriend to be get into fitness or something, or some new nutrition path. Like, you might be wanting to improve your health, and this Tantra and sexuality in this way is no different from expanding your health. And because it's a new way to use your body, it's a new way to use your energy, it's a new way to use your focus in life, to use your orgasm to explore your body. It's a very, very healthy thing to do, but we are pushed away from it. We're not told about it as a society. We're not educated at school around these subjects of, what is possible with sex. There's nothing like just think of the sex education you had in school. It was just nothing. I certainly, through the magazine and through doing the podcast, made it a job to kind of research myself what was possible. And therefore, you listening now as a listener, whoever you are, wherever you are in the world, you can learn through my learning and other people's learning. So first of all, take it on yourself and realize that Tantra can be a solo path, and you can learn about your body without your partner even being there. You can learn to circulate energy through your breath during lovemaking. You can even start with simply just trying to feel at the energy of different things. Go outside and touch a tree. See what you feel from it. becoming more sensitive in the body doesn't have to be directly because of sex. So start feeling more, allowing yourself to express more, whether that's alone or with your partner, or if you're single, then it's going to be on your own, just expressing your emotions and allowing yourself to feel the warmth of the earth as you walk on it in barefoot. Start feeling everything, feeling your breath deeply in your body. Like, breathe in now. Start feeling more. That translates into the bedroom, so that when you're feeling energy rise up, you could ask your girlfriend to like tap on the base of your spine and see what happens, to see if you can like breathe and shoot energy up your spine. Ultimately, it's an experiment. It doesn't have to be taken too seriously. The absolute key for it all is to be in your body. What does that mean? It means feel more. It means to be present to what is happening, not to be distracted in your mind, especially within the sex act, the sex dance. You have to be really, really in your body. And the more you are in your body, the more she will be in hers, and then she'll start using her intuition more with you, and maybe start opening you up energetically. The other thing I would recommend is, if there is any really recommended Tantra massage in your area, check that out. By all means, that's worth going, or even workshops from anyone that we've done a podcast with. I'd certainly recommend checking them out. I can put a list of recommended workshops below this podcast again on the app. If you go and get it at rawarttractionpodcast.com, we'll put links to recommended workshops there. So yeah, there's a variety of different things you can do. It just means starting with your body on your own. You don't have to be in prison of no tantra just because your girlfriend isn't ready for it yet. She may well be soon. I wish you well. Let me know if this was enough. If not, we can do more. There'll be more information on what else you can do below the podcast, on the podcast app, or on the magazine website, rawarttractionmagazine.com. You can check it out, but I highly recommend getting the app, because you get all the podcast notification when every podcast goes live, and yeah, it's easy. All right, thanks for listening. If you've got any questions, just like this guy from Chile, then send them in. You can send them in via audio. It's good. You can even send it by email to steve@rawarttractionmagazine.com. If you want to ask a specific person, a guest, like if you want us to get a specific guest on, then write me who that might be, and I'm more than happy to look at who they are, and if they're either they could have been on before, or they could be a new guest. We could ask them a question on your behalf. I'm not going to be the only one answering questions through this Q&A. So yeah, we have plenty of guests lined up over the next weeks, and your question might be more relevant to them than myself. So by all means, I'll get the best expert to answer for you. But I've got quite a wide range of knowledge myself. And if I don't know, then I will always point you in the right direction. So thank you for listening, and we'll see you on the next podcast.
This transmission is brought to you by the Online University of Love and Sexuality. We would love you to receive all of our podcasts and videos at www.uls.online.